For this week's video journal, we are discussing our observation and the the observation we did in a classroom with a student with autism. So for the first part on our APPERS observation, the thing that I noticed about the classroom originally was the setup. I really liked that it had a few areas of the children's artwork hung up and things that they could see that they have done in the class to make it their own, but it really wasn't cluttered. Most of the walls didn't have anything on them, which I think helps students know where to focus and makes it so it's not visually overwhelming or distracting. So I thought that was a really great thing. Also, in the room, although there were defined spaces and definite kind of walkways for the kids to know how to move around the classroom, there wasn't a lot of big furniture or bulky items that made it difficult to see where students were. There weren't a lot of pockets where you couldn't see. You could stand anywhere in the room and be able to visually see where all the students were at all times, which I think is very nice as a teacher to be able to know where the students are and for the students to know where learning needs to take place. It was very clearly labeled where the students needed to go for their center and group times, where whole group instruction would take place, and there was a soft reading space where they had book drawers. They didn't have shelves that were clearly labeled for different leveled readers for the students to be able to, when they finished work, to go read an AR book. And all the students knew this. The schedule was very clear. The students, if they finished early, were able to put their work in their finish box that was labeled and then go over and read a book. There were bean bags for the students to read on, so it was definitely soft space. And there was a chill spot for students who did become frustrated or overwhelmed. They all knew the routine. It was obvious the teacher taught them. They could go over, set a timer, and relax for a few minutes, then rejoin the group, which I thought was wonderful that that was an option for kids who do get anxious and overwhelmed. The other thing that I noticed that I really liked was that the schedule was labeled on the board, but the teachers also, for students who needed it, would get whiteboards out and make individual schedules or make individual checklists for activities so that students were able to get more information if they needed it, to know what was expected and what needed to be done. The classroom used reinforcement for all the kids. They had a classroom dollar reinforcement system where students who were doing the right thing and were on track behaviorally and academically, they could earn class dollars, which allowed them to then on Fridays go to the class store. I like this because I think it, one, is a reinforcement system, even though it's a delayed system. The two students who needed more frequent reinforcement had a different reinforcement scale as well. But also I think it ties into life skills where the kids are able to use their money. They had 1s, 2s, and 5s, so the kids were doing skip counting, and they could then make purchases, which I think is awesome, an awesome skill for the kids to learn. The students who were on more individualized schedules had their own kind of reinforcer boxes with lots of things that they enjoyed. And once they worked either the duration that they needed to or task completion that they needed, they were able to then go take a little break with the things that they liked and then layer back into the class. So I felt like there were a lot of really good things going on. For the structure of the classroom, being set up and well organized, not overstimulating, having defined spaces, but still being open enough to be able to see where the students were. And there was a lot of really good teaching going on where the students, you could tell all the teachers would call the students by names and they would not just say good job, but they would really explain what the student was doing right. So, wow, you really did a great job paying attention the whole time. Or, hey, I like the way you used your kind words with your friends. Or, that was really nice of you to help so and so out. So, they really made it individualized and stated what the good thing was that the students were doing to encourage not only the student to do it more, but the other students in the classroom. So I thought that was really great. Okay, I think that does it for my video journal this week, and I will be posting another journal soon. Thank you.